Hey, it's a Humble Collector here, and in today's video we have a lot of packages, as you can see. Now, don't get super duper excited. There's nothing really, well, there's a few really interesting things here, but it's mostly death cards. My crippling death card addiction has only gotten worse, and most of that's due to the fact at the time of filming, which is the end of October currently, I've now moved into my first house, and there's a whole lot of work and crap I need to do in there, so that's been taking most of my money. However, death cards being cheap, I can usually afford to buy a few here and there. But you're looking at about a month and a half worth of build-up, just because I've been so busy I haven't had a chance to sit down and film. So without further ado, we'll get started and go through here. You can see one, I think there's two of these have already been opened, just because some of these have been showing up in my old house where I was living with my parents, some of them have been showing up in the new house, and sometimes it's not immediately clear to me that they're Militaria, and sometimes I think they're bills or something else. But we'll go ahead and slide that out of the way. We'll start with the first envelope here. But yeah, so in addition to death cards, there's also some pretty neat advertisement and a pretty neat lot of photos. Those will be near the end of the video. Alright, so here we have, oh, seller included a stamp. That was nice of them. I don't think I have that one, actually. So fun fact, I don't think I've ever shown it on the channel, but I actually have an old stamp collection that my grandfather gave me from when he was a kid. That actually does have quite a few Hitler heads and things in it. It's actually a pretty neat collection. One of these days I'll have to maybe throw it in a video just to show you guys. Stamps really aren't my thing, though. Alrighty. So here we have Josef Niederlüner. Niederlüthner. Feldwebel and Zugführer in a Grenadier Regiment. Veteran of the campaigns in Poland, France, and Russia. Killed August 25th, 1944. Bearer of the Iron Cross Second Class and the Infantry Assault Badge. So, a pretty neat card there. Looks like some good info. I'll be excited to research that one. And then we have the other card that's in here. Herrn Wilhelm Dorweiler. Oh, this must be a bonus, because I do not remember buying this one. Killed April 27th, 1938. Yeah, no, I definitely didn't buy this one. So, a couple sellers, or one of the sellers I found actually throws in extra stuff with his auctions sometimes, so I guess that was a little bonus there. Oh, so that's pretty neat, though. So 2 death cards and a stamp for the price of 1. Can't beat that. Now, this is pretty exciting. So, the reason I opened this one up is because the seller had requested I let him know when it got there, to let him know it got there safely. This is only my second SS death card, actually. This one got listed on eBay, and I made an offer for it, and the seller accepted, and threw in a bunch of extra stuff, as you can see. This one's actually interesting for a few reasons. But here we have Norbert Kloss, SS Obergrenadier der Waffen SS, which I thought was really strange, like why they would specify an SS Obergrenadier and then say he was in the Waffen. That was kind of confusing to me. I know I looked this up before I bought the card, and I think I did actually find his unit, but I can't remember what it is. But yeah, so for an SS card, this was actually on the cheaper end just because he's not in uniform. Really not any awards or anything listed there. But pretty interesting card. And the seller did, again, throw in a bunch of Hitler head stamps, actually. And then this pretty neat photo, which is captioned on the back with a location. And then Karl Bartman, Oberlieutenant, Rusland, March 1942, which I thought was pretty neat. You can see the guy there has the EK2 and a DRL sports badge. Pretty neat. So moving on to the next envelope here. It's another death card. At least I think it is. Okay. We've got a few death cards in there. Alright, take those out. Ooh, lots more stamps. Oh, we got some old U.S. stamps. Look at that. We got a Washington. This is bringing back some fond memories of going through that stamp collection with my grandfather. He's still alive, by the way. Yeah, we got a couple others in here. We got Liberty Hall. Oh, these are really cool. I'm going to have to take out the albums, put these in here. We got some Eisenhowers. I don't think I even have any Eisenhowers. That's pretty cool. Francis Parkman. Oh, that's really neat. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in actually seeing that old stamp collection, let me know down in the comments. I don't have to dig it out and maybe go through it, because a lot of those countries don't even exist anymore. Alright, so we got a 4-panel here for this gentleman, who, if I can open it, or is this a 2-panel that had kind of broken in half? That's also possible. Yeah, this... maybe? Or am I just dumb and can't open this? Now, this looks like half 2 panels. So I think these two do go together. Okay, so... yeah, I think that should be right. George Ackenlower, pioneer in a heavy straw B battalion. I don't know what straw B is. I'll have to look that up and verify. Killed August 13th, 1941, at the age of 30. Yeah, I think those two go together. This is an extra one that was thrown in. Marie Krauss died in 1928 in Memmingen. It's kind of, I like this backing, actually. That's pretty stellar. So I really don't have any civilian death cards. I guess I'll have to put those in their own book, maybe. And then we have Josef Bockel, Oberfeldwebel in a Grenadier Regiment, bearer of the Iron Cross Second Class. Died at the age of 28 on September 8th, 1943 in Donetsbecken. Pretty neat card there. You can see the EK ribbon. Alright. More death cards. Pretty sure. Is there another envelope in this envelope? Maybe? I'm very confused by this one. Okay. It's been folded here, that's why. So we cut down the sides. Should be able to, there we go. Okay, I think that's everything out of there. It is. I'll cut through here. It's always fascinating to me to see how people ship their death cards, because some people get really elaborate with it, and other people just kind of throw it in the mailer. As long as it gets here in one piece, that's all that matters. All right. So, got the death card of Aloy Pritzel, bearer of Panzer Assault Badge, the Wound Badge in gold and silver, and the OSS medal, frozen meat medal. Veteran of the campaigns in Poland, Serbia, and Russia, who fell on October 22nd, 1944, in France, actually. So pretty neat Western Front death card, actually. I've never seen the Wound Badge in gold, or I don't have a death card with the Wound Badge in gold on it. So that's pretty neat. Haven't done any research on him yet. Very much looking forward to that, because it looks like there's an interesting story there. Let's see here. Oh, this was cool. Okay, so this was kind of a unique one that popped up, and I definitely overpaid for. So this one, if we open it up here, I can get it out of there. So the death notices would also have something printed in the local paper, and this appears to be like the proof blank for that, or like what they were going to be putting in the paper, because it actually says here, in the München paper, October 18th, 1941. So this was like the proof copy maybe or something like that, which I've seen maybe one other of these for sale, but I didn't buy it back then, and I've kind of been kicking myself ever since because it's really, really unique. But this one's for Wilhelm Hartinger, Unterofficer in a Gewürzträger regiment, veteran of the campaigns in Poland, France, and Yugoslavia, bearer of the Infantry Assault Badge of the Iron Cross Second Class, who was killed on September 20th, 1941. And then got some family info there. So he was killed September 20th. This was going to be put in the newspaper a month later, October 18th, 1941. So pretty neat. Like I said, I think I saw one other of these, like maybe a year ago. So they don't seem to come up very often, at least here in the U.S. So I definitely wanted to pick that up. Because you know me, I like the really unique stuff. Which, at the time of this filming, there's actually a death card listed on eBay for $450 for one of the saboteurs that came ashore via U-boat that was executed during the war. One of their targets was the Horseshoe Curve, which is a very famous railway curve, pretty close to where I'm at, actually. A friend of mine actually was just out there and did a video on it. I might put a link to that up above, because it's a pretty good video. If the price drops significantly, I might buy it, but for $450, that's just well outside of my comfort zone, especially currently. Yeah, obviously, I've never seen a death card for a saboteur before, but I can't imagine. I think 3 is far more reasonable than $450, but maybe I'm wrong. It's kind of hard sometimes when it's something that just kind of never comes up. Alrighty, so it looks like. Alright, so how do I get this bag open? Here we go. Come on. There we go. I think that's the only one. Yep. Okay, so this is a little bit more of a beat-up one, but this is for Josef Schwartz, Obergefreiter in a machine gun company, or a machine gewehr company, bearer of the Ost Medal and the Wound Badge, who on July 15th, 1943, was killed on the Ostfront. He's got his frozen meat medal ribbon there, actually. So yeah, pretty neat. I don't think I've ever seen one with just a blank panel, though, either. That's kind of interesting. I don't even remember seeing that on the auction. I was more machine gun company. I thought it was kind of cool, but that's neat. Interesting one. So yeah, that's pretty good death card haul. We're nearing the end of the death cards, or at least we're going to be getting into some other stuff here. I think there's one more after this one, and then getting into a really neat balloon core piece, actually. Or 2 really neat balloon core pieces that are unrelated. Alrighty. Seems like a pretty solid mailer here. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about this. Okay, so we are done with the death. Oh, one more death card after this. So this came from a seller on Gunbroker that I used to buy from quite frequently. I haven't bought from as much in recent months, but look at this. We have this lovely cabinet photo of an Austro-Hungarian soldier. And this one was actually taken in Budapest, which, for those of you, I don't know if I mentioned on the channel, I did get to visit mainland Europe once right after high school, and Budapest was actually the first city that I was ever in Europe, and holds a very special place in my heart. I loved it there. But yeah, that's really cool. So we have this nice Hungarian soldier here. He's got his sword. I love this. We got Emperor, Franz Josef there. Oh, that's just really cool. I love that. Also, now that I have my own house, I'm trying to figure out how I want to display everything, too. So I have all these like framed unit panoramas and things. So this one was open because it came from Germany. I thought maybe it was something from Volksbund. But it turns out they just put the death card in the middle of this Aldi's magazine. Which was kind of interesting. Here we go. Okay. And they actually threw in a postcard, it looks like. Let's see here. Postcard's modern, but that's cool. Neat postcard. But yes, we have August Jolk, Obergefreiter in a Geberjäger regiment, who fell in Croatia on December 8th, 1944 at the age of 28. Nice HCOM back in there, 309, we have a few with that. This one was just kind of like a cheaper death card. Interesting enough, it came with this photo, but the photo looks kind of fake to me. And what I mean by that is if you look at the outline here, it just seems... Okay, it's focus. It seems very straight. I haven't done the blacklight test on this yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is a reprint photo. The death card, I'm pretty sure, is real, though. This is one of the ones I don't really see a reason to fake, but I'll blacklight that later just to be sure. Alright, so now we're moving on to what is actually a pretty interesting one. So this is a collection of photographs from the German Balloon Corps during World War II. Now, for those of you who don't know, there really wasn't much use of observation balloons by the Germans during World War II. So when I saw this grouping and it was fairly cheap, I think it was a little under $200, I bought it just because I'd never seen anything like it before. This one I am going to have to open from the side with the shipping label, so I'm just going to do that real quick off camera. But yeah, so this is really neat because I think there's actually a observation balloon medal that the Germans had that there's been a lot of debate that was a post-war like medal that was never actually issued or, you know, never actually existed. You probably see them occasionally at Militaria shows and things. There's some debate that they made some, but they never awarded any. There's a whole lot of confusion about that one. So I'm curious if anybody has any more info. But yeah, let's take a look here. So we got Fontenogglas Balloon Beobachter. Now, these are very obviously like sausage observation balloons, at least they appear to be. This one I'm not as sure. I haven't really translated any of this either, so when I do research later I might find out I'm wrong. But we have all these really neat, really neat photographs. I suppose these could technically be barrage balloons too, maybe. But they have that, they all have the same shape like observation balloons. It's kind of hard sometimes. Though this one clearly has a basket. And this one in this photo looks like it has a basket, but I might be wrong. Yeah, really cool photos though. And here, we actually have one of the balloon pilots, it looks like. I'm on the ground there, and I'm getting in the basket. You can see him actually in a balloon here. Oh yeah, look, you got the gondola there for the observation balloon. So this is actually an observation balloon unit. Okay, perfect. Didn't see this one in the auction, actually, but yeah, you can see there clearly. That's fascinating. I'm going to have to scan this in later, but it looks like there's some kind of writing on the side of that one. That's really cool. And then what do we have here? 4th Battery, Beobacht Abteilung 5, December 22nd, 1939, so we are in the war at this point. Unterofficer Hermann Schmid. Let's see. I might pause this real quick to translate. One second. So, I'm back. So, interestingly enough, this appears to be a Christmas message, which is kind of interesting which makes sense, December 22nd. So it says, in the attachment, the battery sends you a Christmas newspaper that was produced on the occasion of the battery's Christmas party. At the turn of the year, the battery sends you the best wishes for your personal well-being. There's a name there that I can't quite make out, and who is apparently the captain and battery commander of that battery. So at 4th Battery, and then Observation Company, or Observation Battalion 5, I think. Which is pretty neat. But yeah, like I said, I've never really seen anything related to the German, observation balloons during World War II, and there's some beautiful large format photos in here. Just look at that. I hope these aren't actually mounted on this. They're mounted on this graph paper, aren't they? Okay, they are, but not super... Oh, wait, no, they aren't. Okay, good. That makes me feel better, so I'll actually be able to scan these in. Oh, that's really cool. Now, this is early war, which makes sense, because I think they moved even further away from these as the war went on. But yeah, look at the size of those. Unrelated question. Does anybody know, is there a museum somewhere that actually has an observation balloon? Because I don't think I've never seen one in real life, and I'm not aware of any museums that actually have them in their collections. But if you know of one, let me know, because that's really cool. So yeah, awesome grouping. Very happy to have that. I'm looking forward to doing more research on it, getting all those scanned in, because that's definitely not something you see every day. All right, and the last package here is another Balloon Corps related item, not as exciting as the last one we just opened up. This is like a newspaper advertisement that actually has an observation balloon in it that we'll see here in a minute. At least that's what it should be, if my memory's correct. Alrighty. There we go. This is actually a tire advertisement. This is a pretty neat one. So let's see. Look over the whole battlefield of tiredom, and you will discover one fact standing out with startling clearness: the victory of United States tires. You will find that United States tires are the acknowledged tires of endurance, of service, of low mileage cost. You will find that the United States Tire Company is the only tire company offering a complete line of tires to choose from: the Royal Cord, the Knobby, the Chain, the USCO, and the Plain. A tire for every need of price and use. You will find that the United States tires, all of the 5, show consistent, tremendous sales increases, far in excess of the number of automobiles in use today over last year. These facts prove the victory and demonstrate that United States tires are good tires. Royal Cord, Knobby, Chain, USCO, Plain. Also tires for motor trucks, motorcycles, bicycles, and aeroplanes. United States tubes and tire accessories have all the sterling worth and wear that make United States tires supreme. But being a rubber company, apparently they also must have worked with observation balloons. So just look at that. Print is just gorgeous. And I love this blue and white ribbon pattern they got going on. This particular advertisement came from the September 8th, 1917 edition of the Saturday Evening Post. That's cool. I'm looking forward to getting that framed. But yeah, so overall, pretty good haul. We have this U.S. Tires advertisement, some really interesting photos from a German observation balloon unit, this lovely Austro-Hungarian cabinet photo, and then a whole mess of death cards, which I'm looking forward to translating and doing videos on. So yeah, definitely the longer unboxing we've done in a while. And for anybody still hanging around here at the end, the video I just posted yesterday was my October 29th unboxing, and I think I filmed that video like 4 months ago, or maybe even 3 months ago. It was a long time ago. Just for clarification, I'm filming this October 30th, so I'm going to be very curious when I actually put this up what the date is, but that'll give you an idea for how far in advance I've been filming stuff and kind of just trickling it out. But yes, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment down below. Love hearing from you guys. Thank you all for watching. Happy collecting, and I'll see you all again very soon.